up, guys? CreepFan12 here, and welcome to part 2 of Five Nights at Freddy's 4th Theory. I hope you guys enjoyed that serious talk. I've just been super stressed. And the megaphone! Woohoo! My head! Yo, what up? Woo!
Oh my gosh. I think this is just a video of us being crazy now.
Us being stupid. Sag. Okay, let's talk to the theory again.
Oh my god.
How people walk when they sag. Yeah, see? This is what Mom was talking about us having a really good blast when we record.
That's right.
Okay, so let's do this. And
Okay.
lately I've been recording by myself. Yeah. It's been fun though.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
I don't care about stuff. I care about stuff.
Okay, so let's just dive right into this theory. Where we stopped last time was talking about the frontal lobe injury
And the friends.
and affecting the friends of the Golden Freddy. Frontal lobe injury, we did look it up, and you can survive without it. It does damage your reasonable thinking and brings out a violent side. And people have been known to actually live without their frontal lobe, and it's turned out very frightening for families who've had to deal with somebody that lost their frontal lobe. So this is bringing us to a couple different scenarios. So do you want to go ahead?
Wait a minute.
What?
Remember, if the frontal lobe is probably 87 and the first one's in 1992 or around then, the fallen guy in the first one might be Big Brother because he knows about the bite. Like, he immediately knows about it. He's like, in the first phone call, he's like, it's amazing to know that somebody can actually live without their frontal lobe. How would he know that kid got bit?
I'm sure it was in the newspapers. I'm sure it was a huge story in the newspapers.
How would he talk to on mic about it there?
Yeah, it was kind of, his whole interaction about talking about it was very uncomfortable feeling. Like, he's very closely connected into it, in my opinion. I think that is Big Brother, because if he was about 16, 15 in the first one, that'd be an additional 5 years. So he would be 20, 21 years old.
Old enough to get a job.
Old enough to be a security guard. So again, there's the family connection. I think the family is trying to hide a lot of things. I think there's more to this family than what we already know. The family, perhaps, like I said before, maybe something happened to sister, maybe something happened to mom, and there's a lot more cover-ups that we don't know about. That's why maybe they were closing and opening so many different pizzerias and different types of restaurants that had to do with Freddy, to kind of skew the tracks a little bit better.
So, do you remember how in the second game, some guy says the bite of 87. The second game, I mean. He also talks about the bite of 87.
Yeah.
But then also, he describes about another thing that happened. No, he doesn't talk about the bite because the bite happened on night 7, on day 7. And the phone guy wouldn't know about it yet until it actually happened. Okay, then there's this first one. 1982. 1992.
92.
So he talks about the bite of 87. After the bite of 87, he says there was another incident that happened that I don't really want to describe right now. What's that incident? Is that what's in the box? Is that the murders?
Perhaps. We also were curious about, nice butt shot there. We were also very curious about the experimentation that they were doing on the animatronics. They did mention at one point that they were experimenting on the animatronics. What is it?
Flowers?
The fertilizer type stuff.
And also in the fourth game, you see Golden Freddy's face on flowers.
Yeah. They were talking about flowers and fertilizer. And what's the phrase that they used? Do you remember?
Yes. If you play night 5 and in the first game, play night 5 phone call backwards and higher, you can actually hear at the end the joy of creation.
Yeah. In that,
or actually the joy of create, and it just stops there.
So, what does that have to do? What does the experimentation have to do with the way these animatronics are? Do they sort of come to life on their own? Are they experimenting with humans in the animatronics? There's a lot of questions when it comes to that experimentation.
And
what does it have to do with the fertilization, the flowers, all that? Because it's all in that phone call.
Also, why, when Freddy's looking at you in the first game, like he's looking into the camera at the stage with, he doesn't have pupils or eyes, he just has little little white dots in the middle. And also, if you go in the parts and services room while that's happening, everything in the parts and services room is looking at you, even the endoskeleton.
So they must know you're looking right at them. They must know security cameras see you.
But what about the endoskeleton?
That means it's alive. And it must be able to move then.
And then in the
Are
game,
there already additional souls in those? Are they haunted in some way?
are they remaking the toys?
And if you realize in the first one of the heads of Freddy's, there's a whole section of Freddy heads. One of them, the last one on the bottom.
No, it's not a toy one.
It is a toy.
No,
Remember,
it's
we've
not.
seen it. It had the cheeks. We found it out.
Where's my phone? I don't know, it's right here.
Well, we're not going to look that up right at the moment.
I'm going
but
to, but you guys can talk for a
assuming,
second.
assuming that's correct. Go ahead.
Now, you know, and they said the first location was a diner with only Freddy and Springtrap because in the minigames that's probably where it is. In the second one, which is supposed to be in the same year, why are there old animatronics there? And why do they call them old? And they bring them back to life.
So, the bite of 87, let me get this straight. It was only Freddy and Springtrap. So when we saw when the bite of 87 happened, it was only Freddy and Springtrap on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So that took place at the old diner?
Probably.
Probably. Okay. That makes sense. So, assuming that there were no other restaurants before the diner, something else had to have happened at the diner or immediately after the Fazbear's Pizza opened. So that incident is a big key of what we're missing. I'm still curious if it has to do with Sister or Mom, since we never hear or see anything about them, but we've seen Sister's room.
And also, in the second game, if you keep opening and closing the camera on night 7 in the second game while phone guy says, hello, hello, but as soon as you say, oh, you keep doing that, and where the music box is, there is an endoskeleton that shows up.
Oh,
What's that have to do with this?
The endoskeleton attacks you in the second game. He just
No, it
goes-
doesn't.
Yes, he does. He goes.
It's a puppet.
He gets in the vents and stuff. He
Yeah, but
attacks
he
you.
doesn't do a jump scare.
I've never seen an endoskeleton jump scare, but like I've seen gameplay and he gets in the vents and climbs through them.
Yeah, and then he just disappears.
What does he do?
It's a mystery.
Where did he come from?
Maybe Phone Guy tries to rip you off in the second one because you remember the first night he says, there's no possible way they can get you. Vent, hall. He's
Right.
probably trying to make you think, oh, I'm safe.
Why are there arcade games?
That's just a thing.
Yeah, I think the arcade games are just part of the
That
pizzeria.
one of the games,
Wait.
one of the games, you're the puppet and it says make life. And when you put the animatronic heads on dead bodies.
Maybe you're playing the arcade games
Yeah, you just
in your spare time. That's possible for the minigames in the second game.
I was watching Jack's video and he got jump scared. No, Mark's video and he kept getting jump scared and had to keep playing games. But why is the marionette in charge of giving the 4 dead children life? Maybe Marionette's mom.
Maybe Marionette's mom. I think there's a connection between the
I thought
the
Freddy was
backwards
mom.
message and mom. Maybe mom was part of the experimentation team that were experimenting on them with the fertilizer type,
Oh my God.
whatever they were experimenting with. Maybe she got killed. Maybe she is Marionette. Maybe there was just an incident that fused her soul to Marionette somehow.
Okay, so I'm sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay.
I can probably put in a big piece right now.
Okay.
Like always.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Andy's like the magic man when it comes to putting in pieces.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna-
in the first game where he dies or may have died on the 4th night, who's talking?
On the fifth night.
in the fifth one.
Well, that makes you think. If Freddy's just a robot, he wouldn't know. He's not.
What
they
about
would make
Golden
him-
Freddy? Because it also plays that slow, low scream as well.
Yeah.
No, the.
It's the original scream lower.
And we know Freddy has a voice box still, but it's damaged pretty
Yeah,
bad.
like, and he can still talk. Like
Yeah.
he can tell. Like he can. Their voice. Mangle's the one that can call the police, but they messed up her voice box, so she couldn't do that.
Okay, so listen to
Do we
this.
think maybe there's a connection between Mangle and Sister? Because Mangle was shown torn up in Sister's room, the doll to Mangle. So maybe there's a connection between
Maybe Sister was trying to fix her.
Okay, so
maybe Sister was trying to tell the police about what happened with her family, and she got turned into Mangle somehow.
okay,
And
so
that was just a representation with Mangle in the room.
so listen to this, to the phone call. Who does the low voice? And listen. Going Freddy? Going Freddy? Going Freddy? Freddy?
Maybe. Well, Golden Freddy is a hallucination. He can teleport in your room.
Wow.
Yeah, but he opened the door.
Yeah. How does he get in your room? He just tell. Well, they say he's a hallucination, but he can kill you.
And crash your game. But, okay. He crashes your game, but somehow he does. Like, it says, save them or something like that. For Golden Freddy's jump scare. Okay, so what does Golden Freddy has to do in all this?
If you notice, you know when you're playing, it just says "It's me" randomly,
Yes.
and it shows a Bonnie and Freddy face. Well, when Foxy leaves, his sign doesn't say Pirates Cove. It says "It's me."
It does?
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
It says "It's me," and then you start getting the flashes.
I never knew that one.
Okay.
Okay, so
Wait, we're gonna listen to all the
maybe-
FNAF 2 phone calls and
Maybe-
see if we can do anything.
Maybe Mom's Freddy and she knows how to dial the numbers, but she can't talk.
Alright, listen to this.
Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
New and approved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Did they use the old location for the same thing?
Probably. Puzzle Pace, of course.
yeah.
Okay, continue.
I'm here to talk you through some of the things you can expect to see.
Actually, I'm just gonna read this and turn down the volume on this. So this says, actually, you read this. I'm sorry.
Actually, I should read it because I'm closer.
Okay.
We're at 13 minutes.
I'm here to talk you through some of the things you could expect to see during your first week here, and to help you
Whoa,
get
whoa.
started
Well,
down
first
this new and
First,
exciting career path.
First week, he says only 5 nights. That's not a whole week.
there's 7 nights, remember?
Yeah,
That's the
but
night ours.
Jeremy's only supposed to be there for 5.
And what are these things that you're going to see expected?
Interesting.
Wait, maybe Fritz is experimental because it's an experiment and he's tampering with the animatronics. Maybe he's turning up their levels to make them harder to get rid of them and easier.
Somehow he got purple.
I think that's just a thing to just describe. Well, I think it's because he was in a uniform, and their uniforms are purple, so they just call him the Purple Man.
Yeah, but his whole,
They don't know that
his
it's
whole
security.
body's purple.
I think that's just the way the child remembers them.
Just
The child
one
just
person.
remembers a person in purple, and it distorts it to an all-purple person.
Okay, anyways, alright.
It could
I
be
wanna read
Bonnie.
this.
Okay.
Maybe Purple
Did you-
Man's Bonnie.
did you
I
read
did
this?
read it.
Did you
No,
read
go
this?
ahead and read that.
That old restaurant is kind of left to rot quite a while. Yeah. But I wanna... What is that word? Reassure?
I want to reassure you.
I'll reassure you, Fazbear Entertainment is committed to family fun and all above safety.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Yeah, they're
Jump
trying to
on
come
your
off with that safety front, but
Yeah.
there's some
Maybe Fox is-
shady stuff there.
I think Foxy should just be in the Olympics for jumping.
I
Wow.
spent a small fortune on these new animatronics. Dad.
They're cheap.
Yeah, if it's a family company. He said, I spent them?
They've spent.
They've spent. Okay.
They. Who's they?
Who's they?
It's the owners, but we're trying to figure out if the family's the owners.
Then why are they?
Well, they must be
spending
the
their own
owners.
name?
'Cause They must be the owners because Big Brother, if he gets the animatronics in their house, he has to have a key to get in. He must have the key to the restaurant. And then he's able to, like, turn them on and get them in the car.
Wait,
and stuff.
whoa. That means somebody else created the toy animatronics because they spent a small fortune on those new animatronics. New animatronics.
So the toy
Toys.
version.
Why do they call them toys?
They look like a toy version of the real thing.
Okay, anyways.
With the over exaggerated cheeks, big eyes.
Factional. Wait.
Here.
You read it. I'm
Oh,
sorry. Let him read it. He's closer
We're
to
taking
the
turns.
Facial recognition, advanced mobility. They even let them walk around during the day.
well,
Interesting.
used to.
Yes.
until the Barn of 87.
And the second one, that's something, because he said they used to let them walk around. They let them walk around in the day.
This is an interesting one.
And then he said they let them walk around in the day. And then he goes, in the first one, they used to let them walk around in the day, but then the bite.
Yeah. Because
But-
they were the Springtrap animatronics as well as people could fit in them and walk around.
Well, Freddy
So they were
moving.
dual use.
But most importantly, they're all tied into some kind of criminal database. So they can detect a predator from a mile away.
Okay.
Interesting.
How can they? Oh,
We should be
never mind.
paying them to guard you. No. They'll just eat you.
Exactly.
Anything.
So we're gonna end it off here. We have to end it off. How many minutes are we at? 15 minutes, 17 minutes again. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this. I mean, I hope your Creeper fans enjoy this. Don't forget to remember, hug a Creeper. And as always, I'll see you guys later. Please subscribe, like, share, tell all your friends about Creeper Fan 12 or me, Weapon Boss, and Miss Jaybird. I give this big special thanks for Weapon Boss to helping me. Also Miss Jaybird and myself. I'm usually the one who put in all the big puzzle pieces. That's how this theory started. So as anyways, I love you.
The
What?
theory started with you and asking questions.
That's right.
Yeah, but those questions put in big puzzle pieces. So I love you all. Please subscribe, share,